Okay, this is what I kind of got yesterday. And these are my pickups. And to be honest, they're mostly, almost nothing here is actual pickups that I made from walking around and buying. The only thing that I actually got from walking around and buying yesterday was this small pile of games. The rest of this is stuff that mostly either people bought from me or traded to me. Oh yeah, and this. But someone actually called me over. This was a good deal. And there's really nothing great here. It's mostly just a bunch of CDs, but I can definitely make money on these. The person who had them doesn't want to deal with them. He just gave me all of these for $10. So, all right. Okay. Anyway, that's the first thing that I got. Oh, see this stuff here? This is funny. I've been toting these around for weeks, and nobody will buy them. So now I'm not going to sell them anymore. I can't even get $10 for them. If I can't get $10 for them, I'm going to keep them for when I need them. I'm going to be like a controller hoarder, because lately what I find is the last 360 I got didn't have controllers. And I'm rooting around, and I finally found a black controller to match the system, but it needed the charging cable, and I had it here, so I'm glad I didn't sell it. Everybody that wouldn't give me $10 or $5 for the charging cable, ha! Anyway. Okay, this I actually showed yesterday. I'll just zip through it again, for the hell of it. I paid, it was a drop-off. Someone brought me these games. Legend of Zelda, I was supposed to have traded this, but the deal fell through. It didn't happen. So anyway, Bionicle Heroes, Transformers File of Cybertron, Super Mario Galaxy, Sports Champions, Metroid Echoes, Metroid Prime. I paid $35, and when I did the math, it's like a double my money situation. So I believe I was very fair on my offers there. Anyway, this I actually bought from someone that works for me, and that'll be a funny story. Oh, damn it. Well, all this stuff just fell out. We'll go through that later. Okay, so anyway, this someone who works for me finally dropped it off. I bought it weeks ago, but he finally brought it to me. Now I have it. It's just a week complete. I paid $35 because he's a friend of mine. I may only sell it for like $50 to $60 at most, something like that. But it's in the box. I'm not going to keep the box. I'll give the box to my friend, who knows who he is. And I'll just sell the system by itself. And like I said, I'll get $50, $55 at most. He also sold me this. It's a wireless Pelican remote for the PS2. I'm probably just going to give that to my friend because I don't like selling wireless stuff, because then I have to make sure the wire is, this adapter is together, and I have to put them in a plastic bag, and they don't really buy them anyway. They'll give me like $5. I don't even want to bother. All right, let's see. What did I actually buy? Okay. This is the only thing I actually bought yesterday from walking around besides the CDs. For $2 a piece, and I even took, well, I'll say in a second. For $2 a piece, I got Afro Samurai. Jesus Christ. Okay, I got an Afro Samurai. I have no clue on the value of that game. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, and I did not haggle or anything. The guy gave me the price $2 each. I just said fine. And that's why WrestleMania X8, probably like a $10 game. Day of Reckoning, I just had this. Day of Reckoning 2, I think it's like an $8 or $10 game. Day of Reckoning 1, I guess. I think, again, it's like a $8 game or $6 game. Which is, I'll probably get 5 to 7 or 6 or something. Anyway, because he was selling those for $2 a piece, and he's not a game person, and he's a guy that just wants to sell his crap and be done with it, I decided to take these two games. And I know normally I don't really buy sports, but I was like, why stick the guy with the last two stupid games that he'd probably wind up giving to somebody or selling for. I gave him $4. I'm going to make money. I don't care. I don't have to be a jerk. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to save this. No, I'll save this the next last. I'll do that last. This pile's a trade. What you see here is an NES, and so this is a drop-off. Someone knows who I am. They know I sell games. They brought it to me. They swore it worked, so I'm like, okay, great. He wanted $25 for the NES, and to be honest, I'm only going to get $35 for it at most. And I was like, but I said fine, because I also bought some CDs from. So everything was, what was it, 30, let's say 25? No, it was 32, everything here. So I got, this is like a $2, so I figured I'd make some money on the CDs. This is Kanye West, $2. This would be one I can get $4 for. I'll try and get 3 for 10, not for this, and then Whitney's Greatest Hits maybe. So anyway, I paid 32. This will be 30 to 35, and then I can probably squeeze out, or just have as a backup piece, this extra controller. Well, I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. And I think I'm going to get a bunch of these together and give them to my friend and let him put them on eBay, because nobody's really asking me for guns and nobody cares. And you know, if I bring it, they just want it as a throw-in, and so why bother? You know, they're big, they take up room, they're worth not any money, and I don't have a lot of space at the table. Fortunately, it did come with a Mario Dunk Hunt, so I figure $30 to $35, maybe $45 worth of stuff. Let's see, 10, 55. No, I'm sorry. 45, 50, 60, 45, 60. There's like about $60 worth of stuff there that I'm gonna make. So 32, 60 over time. I just want the NES systems. I like having them to have on my table. They're a draw. People come over, they go, oh my god, look at this, I used to play this when I was a kid, and sometimes they buy it. This was a trade. I traded a pretty clean, actually, a pretty clean Sega system, and which I would have sold for $25, and I sold, but it would have been a longer sale, and then I traded an $8 game, which maybe I would have gotten 5 or 6 for, so I'll just say 30, and I traded a common game, so we'll say I traded $38 worth of like much larger stuff that takes up a lot more of my table space for, in my opinion, about $38, maybe $35, or and I also, when it comes to Sega, it's very difficult for me to sell Sega, especially the common games. So this is like $25, easy 20, and this is probably like 12 to 15. So like $35 worth of stuff. I don't really care because it's smaller and it's actually an easier items for me to sell. I can even put these on Amazon, so that's fine. This will be the last thing I do. Okay, this is a funny story. The person that works for me from time to time, the lad, who sold me this. Now, there are people that know I sell stuff at the flea market, so he wasn't working for me yesterday, he was walking around. As he's walking around, someone I know who knows he works for me called him over and said, hey, come here, I got some games, right? He doesn't always do it, he barely sees me, but this is a person I like, so when he knows I'm there, he looks out for me. Anyway, the boy says, well, how much, when he sees the stuff in here, and he says like $20, right? So he buys it. Then he came over to me, and he says, hey, how much would you give me for this stuff? So I'm like, so I was like, my wife is funny. She's like, he should have just sold it to you for cheap. And I'm like, no, I'll be fair. Because to be honest, if he didn't get it, and this is my philosophy, if he didn't get, or my feelings about it, if he didn't get it, then someone else would have gotten it. I wouldn't have gotten it. I did get it, and I will make some money off of it, and it's good stuff. There are gems in here, which I guess, let's just see what we got. All right. Okay. For $55, I got this case, which I'm going to give to someone and let them do what they want with it. This is working, so that would be probably, I don't know, I'll get like 12 or 15 for it. Like, the most I'll get is 15, say. And then I got Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition. This is probably 25 cash if I sell it because the battery's good. And I may get as much as, I don't know, maybe it's 30, 35 on Amazon, but figure a solid 25. A solid 25, the battery's good. So we got about 60 there. So now I'm done. I'm even, right? Moving on, I got a Game Shark, which I don't really know what these are worth. This might be a Game Boy Advance one, or what's it say? Game Boy Color. So this is a Game Boy Color Game Shark. I don't know what these sell for loose. I'm just going to give it to someone straight out and not deal with it. Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. This is probably an $8 game. Donkey Kong Land 2 is probably $8, so I'm 16 in profit. This is like $4 or $5, so $20. This is probably like $10, $30. Okay, another $10, $40, and $5. What is that? 45, 50. I don't know, 45. Okay, I probably got about, in my mind, maybe I'm wrong about these, right? But I probably have about $60 in profit, and I'll be getting my money back right away on this, so it's fine. I don't care. And sometimes these are worth more. I don't know though, and I don't like dealing with them. at the flea market. So there's that story. Okay, this is the final batch of games and related whatever stuff I got. This is, like I said, a pure trade. What happens is there's someone I know who likes action figures. He also deals in games. This stuff is not Amazonable or eBayable, or not worth putting it on eBay. So what I did, and I traded what I feel would have been anywhere from $75 to $90 worth of action figures that I would have sold at the flea market over time. And it's the same thing. This is over time for this. And the one thing you're not seeing here, there was, just imagine a big Nintendo NES box that's beat to hell. I actually just gave that to a friend. For me, they're not worth dealing with at flea markets, but he threw it in, and I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, take it." So I give it to my friend. My friend will either use it for display, maybe I'll try and sell it. I don't know. Okay, here's what I got on a trade for about $90 worth of action figures. He's going to put them online, and they'll be worth more to him. Which is fine. He'll do the work at a flea market for me. Man, 75 to 90, that's it, tops. Anyway, Paperboy, probably, I don't know, I'll probably get 6 or 7 for it. Jeopardy is very unsellable for me. Super Mario Land, I think I said 8. These I'll get 3 to 5 for. This is probably a $4 game, but it's not an easy seller. Yoshi's Cookie might be a $6 game for me. Dreamcast, I don't know. I mean, it's actually nice and clean, and it's nice to have one, so when I get a Dreamcast, if it doesn't have much value, I'll just throw it in. Pen Trill Salon? Is that a word? Trill Salon, okay, whatever. Also got this. This is going straight to my friend when I see him. This is probably not a valuable game, but it's nice. I like having SpongeBob games, because I do get a lot of kids that want to buy DS games for me, so I can probably sell it, I don't know, 5 to 8. I'm not really sure. I'm not really doing the math on this stuff, but I had figured it out. The Best of B.B. King is a CD. I guess he threw in, I don't know where. Oh, I bought this for $1 from someone else. It wasn't part of the trade. I could throw it in there probably. Link's Crossbow is another one he had. I've had this one. I don't think it's worth much. I don't know if you need the crossbow to play it. Well, it says you need the gun. Whatever. I'll probably sell it for a few dollars. I'll probably take it out loose and just put it in a book of sleeves and sell it for like $4 or something like that. This is an empty box. So again, that's going to a friend of mine. I have to sort this stuff out. Wii Fit game. I would consider this probably I don't even know why I'm opening it. I know they're all in here, and who cares. This would be a common game. Some of the stuff I was like, I don't really want it, just this is fine, you keep the rest for whatever you want to do. And he's like, nah, you know what, I'm just going to throw it in, because like Tomb Raider 3 PS1, I cannot sell PS1 games at the flea market. They're just not buying them. Even like the good ones, like say I had a Resident Evil, or a Crash Bandicoot, or stuff that people want. I have them at the flea market, and I've had them for months, and every sporadically, I don't know, every sporadically is the way to say it. Sporadically, someone will come up and buy like one. I actually had a tray full of PS1 games, and I took them for months and months and months, and nobody's buying. And then they got kind of water damaged a little, so I think I'm just going to pop them out of the cases, because the paper's all wet now, which is annoying as hell. And I'll probably put the loose discs out a lot on eBay. Anyway, a Sega Saturn game. I never get Sega Saturn, so when we were trading, I was like, I don't really want it. This I can probably sell for like $5. Look, $4.99. All right. This is probably like 10, 12. Final Fantasy is always nice to have. Maybe I'll clean it up and put it in a nicer case. And this, I'll put a price on it, and I'll probably let it sit at the flea market. If I do put it on Amazon, I guess it's $10, whatever. Again, it's nice to have the case. I'm going to give the case to my friend, and I'll just pop out the Sonic games. Sonic games have almost no value. Unless they're jumping. I mean, it's nice. This one is actually relatively clean. Whatever. Okay. If I sell it at a flea market, it would just be $4 I'd get for it. Halo 3 is like a $8 or $10 game for me. And again, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I don't know. I don't think it's worth too much. It's probably like a $8 game. I don't get games like this all the time, so it's hard for me to remember like all prices. And then prices jump or fall. It's like the freaking stock market of video games. But this, I will, unless it's worth more than 10. And the funny thing is, again, I have a hard time selling GameCube games at the flea markets. Sometimes I might just pull them out and lot them, throw them on eBay. I'm not doing it yet, though. Maybe in the winter. I have a hard time selling GameCube games on eBay at the flea market, unless they're Mario's or Zelda's, and then they really want to buy them, but they don't want to give me much. So it's the catch-22. Anyway, finishing up. The last thing that was part of the trade that I got was a physically and a relatively clean-looking NES. It is untested, which he said, and I said that's fine. If it doesn't work, plug's in good shape. If it doesn't work, and there's 2 controllers. If it doesn't work, I'll give it to my friend. He'll fix it up, and I'll probably sell it for 30, 35, 30 on a push, especially if I have to get my friend to fix it for me. If it works, solid $30, and then whatever else this stuff is worth. But that's it. That's everything that I got yesterday. Barely anything I bought, and mostly people just brought me stuff.